Hello, mirrors. So I know it's been a while. I know my uploads have been few and far between. I am just going through a lot of life transitions. I'm not going to sit here and make a lot of excuses, but I do miss reading for you guys. Honestly, it's way more about the technical aspects of uploading than it is the readings. I love readings. I love doing them. They give me lots of energy, but the technical aspects and all of that take up a lot of time and energy and don't come to me so naturally. But anyway, again, I'm not going to go into too many details. This reading is going to be a collective reading for the new moon in Cancer for July 9th. So new moons are specifically about manifesting, bringing new things into your life. So I would like to see what's going on with the collective. But before I get started, if you are interested in becoming a member of my family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and also make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I do post new readings. And I would love if you give this a like and a comment as well if you are interested in doing so. But without further ado, I want to just kind of do an open reading. I would like to just do it based off of whatever I'm intuitively feeling. I don't really have a structure for this reading. So let's see what is going on for the collective. So I'm going in with these Heal Yourself cards. We have How Teachable Are You? So this card is really interesting to come out at first because this card is specifically about being humble. It's about being able to learn from people. And what I'm hearing is it's not just gurus and teachers and people that you admire, but difficult situations. Even people that are unawakened, people that give you a hard time, people that you have challenges with, and challenging situations. Basically, everything that happens in life is meant to be teaching you something. There's always something to learn. We are manifesting everything in our reality, and we came here to pursue certain lessons as well. We have contracts. They're all meant to teach us. So sometimes we can get stuck in the drama of feeling like the obstacles that come in our way are meant to punish us, or that we just kind of get stuck in the 3D matrix of being frustrated at what's happening in life. And I really think that this time the collective is really being asked to look at, again, how teachable are you? Are you able to take a higher perspective of the situations that come into your frame and be able to take them with stride and be able to see them maturely and learn from them? Or do you kind of go down into a low vibe level? You know, it is our natural reference, our natural way of reaction. I have some other cards in this one. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. So let's see what else. It's a good card to come up because that's been on my mind a lot recently too. A time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. And this new moon is in Cancer, by the way, so you might be dealing a lot with love, relationships, family. So if you're really wanting to focus on some manifestational energy for this new moon, those energies are especially potent right now. So a time to give rather than to take. I want to see what else pops out before I go into this. If anything does pop out, there we go. And your hard work is paying off. Also another new moon in Capricorn. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm hearing a lot of us have been putting our energy into other people. If you haven't, this is really a time where you might want to consider your sole purpose while you're here. You may not know the specifics, but I do think it's super important for us to really consider how we affect others. It is very important to take care of yourself, and I will always preach self-love. I will always preach taking care of yourself first, so you're not having to pour from an empty glass. But I'm really feeling like this new moon is the new start of taking that energy that you've cultivated within yourself and learning how to pour that into other people in a way that's healthy. I'm getting the idea of the Six of Pentacles card on how we are meant to, like, giving and receiving are, they're like the same energy, is what I'm trying to say here. Whenever you give, you should be receiving in equal measure. And I don't mean like you give something and you expect something in return, but that when you give to someone, you are receiving energy from that, because that giving should be in alignment with your higher purpose and, given to in a way, in a loving way that's expansive. So it's actually fulfilling to you, and vice versa. And of course, it doesn't always come out that way. So there needs to be discernment here on when is the right time to give. And again, the focus should be giving rather than taking. You will receive your rewards for doing this. And again, that shouldn't be like your primary focus. But I'm hearing that you don't have to worry so much about taking at this point. Sometimes we do kind of get in those like survival instinct modes where we have to be really stingy with our time and stingy with our energy because we just don't have enough to go around. But I'm hearing right now, this moment, there's going to be more of a reciprocal energy. And these faces are really, like, they really go together very well. So I'm feeling like these two cards are really connected. With tarot and oracle, it really helps to look at the images and the visualizations you get, and I'm really, really concentrated on this. So whenever you do give, you are meant to learn from that. Whenever you are going through these experiences of giving your energy in alignment with what's good for you and what's good for the whole of humanity, you're going to learn a lot in just doing that. You don't have to seek lessons so much as just to reach out, give your love, and the universe will bring you all sorts of like beautiful gifts and lessons and epiphanies, visions, so many different things. Abundance is infinite. And I really feel like this new moon is bringing this kind of energy into your life. We have two new moons here. So we have this energy of new beginnings, and the other one, your hard work is paying off. So the things that you have put your energy into, the things that you have given your energy into, I really feel like you're going to start seeing these things manifesting in your 3D reality. Oops, let's go take a look at some oracle cards. Okay, that one to come out right away. I'm going to get more. We have the High Priestess in the reverse and the Eight of Cups. I want to see what the collective is manifesting. I'll just get a few tarot cards out on the table. Oops. Oh, sorry, these cards are kind of going crazy. And we have Ace of Wands, so we have a beginning, another new moon kind of card. Let's see what's going on. We have the Ace of Wands, we have the Five of Wands, the High Priestess in the reverse, and the Eight of Cups. So to me, this is kind of reading like the energy of a new moon to a full moon, because when we get to the full moon, that is about releasing. So I really feel like that's what this Eight of Cups is about. So let's see. If we look at this as a progression, your initial energy for the new moon collectively is going to be one of passion. It's going to be one of new beginnings and creation and things that are in alignment with your higher purpose and your higher self. I really feel like we're getting a lot of sense in this. And I do feel like you're not just putting energy into this, but there is some sort of new beginning, because like I said, your hard work is paying off. But then we do have this Ace of Wands, so this could be a particular project you're being drawn to. But more than anything, I just think it's this energy of excitement, of, like, I feel like a lot of us have learned so much these past couple years especially. with everything that's been going on, but even the past like month or so, there's been a lot of work put into healing and into getting in alignment with your higher perspective. You know, you're not so focused on these dramas. And if you are feeling focused on these dramas, this is telling you how to get out of it. There's a way to start looking at things from a higher perspective. Again, this very first card that came out, it's the first card, and I always think the first card that comes out in a reading is the most important. This is the overall theme of how teachable are you. But not only that, we have this progression to the Five of Wands, which I love this card. A lot of people see the Five of Wands as like so negative. And to me, I love the Five of Wands because I have the deck, the Light Seers, where they're all kind of like working together to climb up to light something, I believe, with the Five of Wands. If I remember correctly, I'm sorry, I can't remember the specific card. But anyway, the lesson within that is that the challenges you go through, the things that you encounter, are there to pull you up higher, to bring you closer to understanding and to light, you know, a fire under your butt, literally. Okay, not literally. People say literally when they don't mean literally, and I just did that. So anyway, it's to light a fire under you, to make you passionate. That's what like competition is about. And that's this kind of energy you're bringing in this month for the collective, and especially the next couple weeks. And I really love that energy. Then we progress to the High Priestess in the reverse. So you may have been keeping a lot to yourself. You may have been keeping things, what I'm hearing is hidden from your own self, truths about you that are buried within you that you are not having access to. Of course, the High Priestess is really in tune with herself. She has great discernment. She's very spiritual, very, very feminine. But I'm really feeling that in particular with these cards together, this High Priestess in the reverse is about the truth being revealed. Things are going to be revealed to you, and I think in very external ways. I think you're going to start seeing things around you as signs and as ways to see yourself reflected in your external reality. And then you're going to know, what things am I ready to let go of? So by the new moon, you're going to be ready. We even have the moon here on this Eight of Cups. So by the new moon, you're going to be ready to walk away from things that no longer serve you. And it's going to take this passion, this higher perspective, seeing things in a new light, seeing the things that are at odds with you, at odds with you, as a mode to help you be motivated and to advance you. Of course, like if life was so easy, we would be such simplistic, boring creatures, okay? If you have talked to some of the most magnificent, interesting people in the world, they have a ton of adversity that they have gone through to reach the point where they are. You gain so much empathy and knowledge and awareness, and you start to understand people better, and you start to understand life better. In fact, you might even want to consider that you wrote a contract. You came up with some things that you wanted to experience in this lifetime to wake you up. Okay, you might want to look into starseeds if you really resonate with that statement. But take it or leave it if you don't. So again, your hard work is paying off. What you put in this cycle is going to be rewarded, and you're going to see in very physical ways, I'm hearing rewards, sometimes things that you don't really want to see, sometimes difficult things, but it's going to help you realize what you want, what you don't want, what you're ready to move on from, what you're ready to put your energy into, and what you're done putting your energy into. Okay, so let's look more into this, more in depth. Let's flip this over. We have meditation. Improvements require persistence. Ooh, I like that. I don't think I've ever gotten this card from that deck, which is crazy because usually universe is shouting about meditation to me. I have personally been putting a lot of energy into meditation recently. Wow. Okay, nothing wants to come out here. Well, it did. Like the whole deck wanted to come out. So this is going to be with this. Okay, wow. Take charge of the situation. You're really coming into your power, or collectively we are. Those listening to this reading, this is about you, because when you come to a tarot reading, I do believe in zodiac and all that. Of course, astrology and the celestial bodies affecting us. I really do believe in that. But also when you come to a reading and you're listening to it, that reading is kind of like collectively chosen for everybody who watches. So my collective readings tend to only get a few views. So if you are listening now, this is specifically for you in particular, although I do think it will also apply to the greater collective, but this is tailored to you. So I'm really, of course, picking up on this. Improvements require persistence. And because we got the meditation card, this is going to be an invaluable lesson for you these next couple weeks, especially. Get into meditation. Start to do different things in meditation. So meditation is so versatile. And I want people to know that, because a lot of people don't want to get into meditation because they think it's just like, oh my God, I got to clear my mind. That's so hard. And it is. If you're like me, I have so much Mercury in my chart. I am such an overthinker. I am so constantly analyzing. So meditation is something I absolutely need, or else I just get too filled up with energy. And I'm clairsentient too. So I'm feeling all these emotions. I'm trying to analyze them, and I'm not actually working through them. And I work through them with meditation. So it's not just about clearing your mind. Meditation is about realizing that you are the observer. So you feel these things, you have triggers, you have cycles that you go through. Have you ever gone through cycles and you're like, why did I do that again? Why did I get in that relationship again? Why did I get tricked into doing that again? Why am I so pulled by my addictions? Why can't I do this? Well, that's because that is the conditioned version of you. That is the ego form of you. And it's very valid, and there's a lot to learn from it. But you are the observer. You're the one that notices that. You're the one that is hearing your thoughts. You're the one that is observing your thoughts and your actions. There is another level to you. And that's what meditation is about. So with mindful meditation, getting in this energy of allowing when thoughts come in to visualize, like I like to visualize waves kind of crashing over, words written in the sand, bubbles popping. You can do that kind of thing. Or, you don't even have to have a visual if it doesn't really work with you. But just knowing, okay, these are my thoughts and I have the ability to let them go. I don't need to sit here and focus on them. If you still struggle with that, work on meditating for 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. 1 minute, multiple times a day can make a huge difference, and it can start getting you in that mode of meditating and learning how to be quiet within yourself. And it'll get easier the more you do it. Now, if you struggle with that, guided meditations are amazing. Walking meditations, coloring in a book, doing some art. There are so many modes of meditation, and you're really being called to use this time to work with your energy and to persist in meditating. Don't just do it, here and there, like once a week. It is better than nothing. I do think that anytime that you can meditate, it's never a waste of time. It's never in vain. But when you persist in this meditation, you're going to see improvements in your life and in your understanding of yourself. And I think that's also what this take charge of the situation is about. So I'm hearing a lot of you guys really are kind of turning up your nose to this idea of meditation, that it's really hard, that you've tried it and you've found it either useless or too difficult. And this is saying, no, take charge of the situation. You can do it. You are so powerful. Your mind is so powerful. It's so powerful that it can master meditation if you want to, but it is going to require persistence. And I'm hearing this goes so beyond meditation. This goes anything that you want, anything. I don't care if it is the craziest dream in the planet. I really feel like this Ace of Wands is about this, that there's something you want so deeply. Anything. Whatever comes to your mind right now, that's probably what it's about. Anything big or small, outlandish or down to earth, whatever it is, you can have it. But it's going to take persistence to improve the situation, to move forward in the situation. That means a little bit of time every day. And it doesn't matter if it's about changing your body, about embodying self-love, about becoming a, world famous musician, like whatever you want. You are the one manifesting this reality, and you can have anything. But you can't have anything if you don't take charge and take those initial steps and then take steps every day. Okay? So I got these beautiful lantern oracle cards, and I would really like to draw one. And I'm going to read from the book. So, because it's a new deck, and I have been working with them, so I do know a little bit, but I'm really feeling drawn to reading from the book on these cards. So what does the collective need to know? Okay. Oh, these cards are so beautiful. They're so beautiful. They go through the stages of the divine feminine. So you have the maiden, the mother, the guardian, and the crone. So this is the crone. So this is, of course, advanced age and what we go through in that time of our lives. But also these stages are important, regardless of your age or gender. Okay, so radical self-love. We can only receive love to the extent that we can unconditionally love and live the truth of ourselves. Okay, I love this, and I'm so excited to read. I haven't pulled this one for myself yet, so ready to read this to you. The world and people around us mirror our relationship with self. All the ways we mistakenly seek and rely on love from others in the world is made of the need to be in harmonious breath with the unconditional love that we in essence are. True self is the absolute transparent connection with the pure love that spirit self is. The self-love to be accessed within is unlimited and something that none of us needs ever go without or be disconnected from. When we turn away from the unconditional love that we are and have to give and receive, it becomes suppressed energy that burns unhealthily. This is what hurts us and leaves us hungry for what is actually freely available to us in abundance. Nonetheless, what is our loving radiance gets unnaturally buried in the darkness of our inattention. This can only have adverse effects. To deny and subdue the radiant love, generosity, and kindness of who and what we are resonates with the following quote from the Gospel of Thomas. If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do will not bring forth. What you do not bring forth will destroy you. Until we embody just how radical and pure our self-love is, we are not entirely open to receive or vibrationally match to such unconditional love from others or the universe. The crone has shown up to assure you that there is nothing that you have to do, be, or become in order to be worthy of unconditionally loving yourself as you are. Just as there is nothing you have to do, be, or become in order to be worthy of breathing. All that is required is that you allow your breath to continue. It knows how. You do not need to do anything more. This is the same with the unconditional self-love within you. It knows how to be the living breath of you in the world. Just as you breathe, you are love. You are of love. Spirit self is love. Love is the only thing that is real. Anything less than love is not real. It has never been, can be, or will be. Radical self-love lets all the illusions go by burning its brilliant light right through them. To bring forth what is within you is to breathe as the love you are. Wherever the energy is and whatever we feel blissfully compelled to do, in a state of self-love, we breathe our inner self into the world. Radical self-love can be difficult to get our heads around and accept when what has been modeled to us growing up is contrary to unconditional love, acceptance, and positive regard. We may not even realize that we are worthy of respect and have the right to defend ourselves against all forms of poor treatment. Furthermore, regardless of our upbringing, we all, at some point, face a degree of challenge with honoring and owning the things about ourselves that we are inclined to disparagingly compare with others, reject, dislike, or wish were different. An inner journey to love, acceptance, and compassion toward all of our perceived negativities, inadequacies, and failures in ourselves and others is what fulfills us by accessing the true love that we seek and at our heart are. The truth is, will we take it? This card encourages you to say yes and to let go of all your self-judgments, shadows, and untruths so that the room can be made for all of your loving light to radiate through the rest of your life. The future crone supports you in cultivating the strength required to love yourself for all that you are and all that you are not, to love all that you have done and all that you have not done, to love all that you have struggled with and overcome, as well as the things that you still struggle with and may never overcome. It supports you to love what you are ashamed of or fear and to love what hurts. Love all of your emotions. They communicate to you what matters most to you. Allow all of the love that you are unconditionally into you in your life. Once you experience wholeness within, healthy, loving relationships with others can come into your life. You will be able to receive them in the love that they are. The key is to love your differences and all of the ways in which you feel like you are not enough. Love that everyone else in your life is out of your control. Love the strangeness and the darkness. Love that love is the only thing that matters. The rest dissolves in its presence. Live from the white light of your heart's love and wisdom and watch its power shine through all illusion. Love, love, love. And the crone's message for you is love is radical in the extent to which it loves you back. That is an absolutely beautiful message. I wouldn't end on it, but I do want to pull one more card and kind of talk about this and how it ties into this reading. This is the energy in which the universe is asking of you this month. And what I'm hearing is it's really the only energy. Of course, we have all these other things coming in with the Ace of Wands and giving instead of receiving. But the initial thing here is the self-love and the radical self-love. So I used to do dialectical behavioral therapy when I was overcoming some mental issues that I've had, and I still practice a lot of it. And a big part of it is radical self-acceptance. So this takes it a step further than that. So radical self-acceptance is about accepting things how they are now. So a lot of us have a lot of love for our future selves. We have a lot of love for our potential. We have a lot of love for the good things, the things we approve of. And that's great. You know, that's wonderful, because even doing that in this world is difficult often. But we need to have love for where we are now, our imperfections, or what we perceive to be imperfections. Like it was saying, even things we feel like we may never overcome. That having that love and that acceptance is what will free you to eventually move past that. It's kind of like people that struggle with their bodies and have things like eating disorders. They may be able to change their body by hating it, but eventually there is a deterioration, whether they gain the weight back, or their mind deteriorates, or their bodies deteriorate. That's what I'm really feeling here. You cannot change. You can't take charge of the situation. You can't start this new thing. You can't give when you don't have it to give, when you're working on from an energy of what you don't love, what you don't approve of. You have to love all of it. And be like a mother to yourself too. That really helps me. When children come to their mothers, at least in healthy relationships, and they're struggling with something, the mother doesn't treat them like, we would treat ourselves. There's so much more understanding and unconditional love. And that's what you must have for yourself. Everything else will fall into place after that. All these beautiful things in this reading are going to come to you when you take this energy that of radical self-love. I absolutely love that. And I want to end, I'm feeling drawn to pull one of these starseed or light starseed, or I can't remember what the other cards are called. I put them together. So I have this huge thing that I want to end on one of these. I might just pull if nothing wants to flop out. Okay, let's just pull right here. Earthed, learning how to be human in the world but not of it. So I'm going to end on this message here, guys. And this is very important. I've been personally focusing a lot on higher perspective, on my starseed self. Again, if you don't know much about starseeds, there are tons of wonderful videos on YouTube. Go into my recommended videos playlist on my channel. There are a lot of really great videos about starseeds. I really recommend Starseed Academy. I've been listening to her a lot, and she is so high vibe, very beautiful person, beautiful messages that she gives. So again, we start with how teachable are you, and we end on Earth. This is why you're here. This is why you're on the planet. This is why you have this lifetime on this 3D plane that's kind of difficult and challenging. And you are learning how to be human, because we are from source. We are these beautiful creatures, our souls full of love. And that's why it's so difficult to come to this place. It's very hard. You are learning how to be a human. But part of that is understanding that, yes, you're in this world. You're in this 3D chaos. You're in all of this. But you are more than that. You are so much more than your body. Sorry, Jenny from Starseed Academy says something at the end of her videos. Definitely watch her. I'm really feeling drawn to telling you, please watch her. Again, go to my recommended videos playlist. I mean, you can go through it and see what you're drawn to, but I really enjoy this video she did recently that was asking what stage of awakening we're at. I think it might really help you. So anyway, with this radical self-love, it's going to help you to start seeing yourself from a higher perspective. So we come into this world and we go through so much stuff. We forget who we are. We have amnesia. We don't remember why we're here. A meditation is going to help you connect to that. But also it's going to help you to feel this self-love, because you're going to start seeing yourself not as this flawed human, but as the spiritual being that is the product of a lot of conditioning and trauma. And you're basically like, you know how people say you find yourself, and it is like that. Like you find out who you are through the difficulties, through everything. It's not like you're building. It's more like, I mean, you are building, but it's not like you're becoming. It's like you're remembering. You're going back. Hopefully you catch my drift and what I'm trying to say here. You already are, and you're remembering who you are. So you're undoing the old conditioning. You're not, it's just a different perspective. It's a different way of looking at it. And I think that these next couple weeks, this next cycle is going to be super healing. There may not be like a ton of movement, like physical stuff. I mean, I do think you're going to see a lot in your external, but I think this reading has really been about being a conscious, what is the word? Where you are observer. There you go. A conscious observer to the things that happen to you, to your mind, your thoughts, the way you view things, the way you view yourself, and seeing things from a higher perspective. Ultimately, that's what I am feeling. And then by the end, you're going to know where are you moving towards for this next cycle, because it takes seeing things from a higher perspective to even get to that place. But I swear I could just talk forever. I really love reading. I've missed reading for you guys. I hope I can get more videos out here soon. It's definitely becoming a more pertinent priority for me. So yeah, that's all I have for you. If you've enjoyed this reading, like, comment, and subscribe. If you've come this far, please comment. Like, I don't care if it's just like a little emoji or something. I'm really curious who watches all the way through. I love you guys so much. You guys mean so much to me, and I don't say it enough. I know I end my readings with the I love you, but like genuinely, I love everybody who takes the time to listen to my messages. Like, this is why I'm here. I get so much fulfillment from bringing these messages, channeling them for you. But that is it, guys. I love you.